This is the FV-217 Badger. It is a Tier 10 British collector tank destroyer, a vehicle that features 3,800 damage per minute, great traverse speed, and even a decent top speed for how heavily armored it is. It has 10 degrees of gun depression and a upper plate that is nearly impervious to the majority of rounds, especially gold rounds from heavies, so it's quite an incredible tank. Now, that's not to say it doesn't have weaknesses. Obviously, a non-turreted vehicle going up against something like a T-62A or any type of light tank, 132-1, is going to be a bit challenging if they get behind you. This vehicle's rear is only like 50 mils thick. It's very easy to pen with high explosive. However, if somebody drives in front of you where you are able to sit there with sustained fire and farm them out, that is obviously where the Badger is in its prime situation. The enemy team doesn't really have many tanks for us to do that to, though. I mean, our team does. We got a Mouse, 50B, and a 60 TP, but they have one less heavy, which is a little annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Tank destroyers are the biggest weakness of this vehicle, because not only can they pen your superstructure quite easily with their gold rounds, but they can also outtrade you. A 268 will just bonk me for 600 with its heat, and then it'll back up. If I even get the opportunity to hit it, I'll take 460 off. So that's where the Badger definitely struggles, is tank destroyers. I'm never worried about heavies, because even if a heavy does pen me, I can usually hit them back quite a bit harder depending on what it is, and even if I don't, I can just push it. But we'll see. I like how this 50B's pushing me. He actually is slightly getting me faster, but really not that much faster. You can actually see the power to weight on this vehicle is surprisingly good, but I'm still getting pushed. Maybe he's going to use me as armor. Let's see, we got the Sheridan, we got the 268 in front, and that is the only real vehicles as of right now that we're going to have to worry about, so we're just going to keep on going. Ooh, you know what? Even better than the 268 and the M6, or the guys off to the side, is the fact that there's a Mouse fully exposed in the open here. We're going to get one pen into the Mouse. I'm going to put on my adrenaline. And let's load in, well, we'll just do an AP. There you go, 2 pens into the Mouse. This is where that DPM feels insanely dangerous. I mean, we have brought what is a full health Mouse quite low at this point. Then we got the 268 chilling off to the side. Unfortunate. That really was just unfortunate there. Alright, let's reload again. And 3, 2, 1. Is he going to show us his hull at all? No? Oh, there you go. Get a nice 467 pen into his vehicle once. And, yeah, the 268's obviously a goner at this point. I'm going to push in. We'll see if I can get some damage into these guys in mid at all. Let's see. I mean, we are down on base cap, but that's not too much of a worry for me. Let's find out. 183's a one-shot. We got a full health Badger, and not much else that I see. So I'm going to try and get that Badger cleared. Oh, we also got the M60. This vehicle does have Hesh. I should point that out. Not that we needed it, but it still does have a high explosive type of round, which is quite nice. There you go. Get a nice clear into the M60. Now we are going to push the enemy Badger. Let's try and get a bonk into his vehicle. You can see that really good frontal protection right there. In fact, the enemy Badger bounces me. We can pen his lower plate, but it's pretty tricky, so I'm just going to stick to our heat shells. I'm going to keep angling. Was able to pen me, but that's alright. And there you go. That time we get a standard shell, which rolls lower than our premium. What the heck? Well, that was a good game, though. I mean, a great example of where this tank can just absolutely rip into people. That poor Mouse sat in the open, and in probably about 20 seconds, we were able to take off, I don't know, 1,500 HP off his vehicle? Yeah, 1,300 HP in 3 shots. It wasn't even 20 seconds. It was probably 15 seconds. That's kind of nutty. So there you go. First game, 3,600 damage. We weren't really in a farming situation. Their team died before we could really even do much, but we still did a solid amount of damage for what it's worth. Now we're on Vineyards, which is an alright map. I'm not going to say it's a great map for the Badger, just because of the fact that the vehicle really struggles when it comes to large open maps. You want to be in a corridor fight where you can just kind of sit in one spot and farm people. This is an alright map because we have mid where you can get hull down, but I don't really love that spot because you usually want to work a turret there. They do have a Concept 1B, and it's not a bad player in the Concept. So right now, I'm actually thinking more of going towards base A. They do have a lot of mediums. They got an M48 Patton, they got a Ball Chatillon, they got a T22. So they got a lot of mobility. But our team is also making their way over towards the medium side. The concept did go where I thought he would. So as of right now, I'm hoping that I can just maneuver my way off to the side over here. Is that Ball Chatillon going to keep going? Is he going to keep going? He does. Unfortunately, our shell dips into the dirt rather than penning his vehicle. Alright, well, our TVP full health killed himself. Great job, bro. Very, very skilled playing. Alright, let's see. T22 is going to cross. There you go. We got one pen into the T22. And now we back up. I don't know if we're going to be able to get another shell into the T22. No, we are not. But we do have the enemy Badger, who is making an interesting push. We're just going to face hug him there a little bit. We're going to load in a gold shell, pen him in the lower plate. Then we're going to get back into a face hug style position. Alright, and he bounces me again. We're just going to pen him with a gold round. Obviously, as a tank destroyer, this vehicle has very good heat pen, so I don't know what this enemy Badger's doing, but clearly he's messing it up quite a bit. But our mediums are also not doing great here, so that is something that we're going to have to keep in mind. I fired a standard shell into the Badger with that shot, and now we're going to make sure that he can't really do much. We're going to stay wedged on his tank really quickly, then we're going to back up, we're going to load a heat shell, and finish him off. So we literally brought a full health Badger to basically 0 in that trade there. I don't think it worked out too well for him, I'm going to be completely honest. The thing I am most worried about right now is actually the 183, not necessarily the T62A. I don't know where the 183 is, but I saw our TVP get absolutely nuked, so it would not surprise me. Oh, no, the 183 is not really in a bad spot for us to deal with. Alright, well, I'm just going to get behind this concept. This is like the freest farm ever. We've got Hesh loaded, and we're going to just... There you go. 559 damage HE once into his tank. Then we reload. 3, 2, 1, and we could have... What? What is that? Thanks, game. I can't. Alright, well, I'm just gonna hit him with the standard shell. There you go. Nice 450. I like how he's tunneling me over everybody else here. Not that it matters. We still get a nice bonk out. We are up to 3,800 damage at this point. I do find it rather interesting that that concept would shoot at me. Maybe he knows who I am. Don't really care. All that's left is the 162. And he's probably just going to camp back there. Wouldn't surprise me if that's all he does. Let's see. 1,000 on the base cap. Oh, and we got a shot out. Nice. There you go. I wasn't sure if he was going to try and leave, but there were only 2 spots he could go, so sitting where we were allowed us to detect him. So let's see. We should have at least dealt 4,000 damage that game. We did. 4,277. We also blocked 1,800. I really don't know what was going through that enemy Badger's mind. I don't know. He just YOLO. Well... Yeah, I think that answers the question, but I think he penned us once, and we didn't bounce a single shell on him, so I'm not really sure what he was doing there, but it still showcased the great capabilities this tank has. 3,800 DPM paired with 2,300 hit points with great armor and very good mobility, as I said, for what it is. 34 km/h top speed, traverse speed of 40 degrees a second. It allows this tank to obliterate, and because of that, I personally love the Badger. I'm super happy that the tank is at its current state. Personally, I'd still like to see the yawn movement buffed, but I don't think that'll ever happen because it would make the tank a little too good. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.